My name is Alicia Hendrix, and I'm from Seattle. I go to school at Scripps College in Claremont, California, and I'm a double biology studio art major. So my junior year of high school, I heard from my biology teacher about this amazing program at Seattle Biomedical Research Institute, and he said I should apply. So I decided to because it looked like a lot of fun. And I went to BioQuest, had a really good time there, and one of the days they had people come in and talk about career development and how you could go on, and they talked about how you should look into internships. And they mentioned that they had internships here, and I sort of logged that away in the back of my head. And then I was applying for things this summer, and I remembered how much I enjoyed BioQuest, and it was like a little logged piece of information came back, and I said, all right, I'm going to apply. I don't think I ever really considered doing anything but being a scientist. I was the really nerdy child who would go to the library and rent, or I guess loan, like 20 books on rocks and plants, and then sit in my backyard for like hours and take samples of like everything and save it and label it and then draw pictures of it all. We made barometers in like my second grade class, and then I decided to build an entire weather station, and I don't know, I've just always wanted to be a scientist. There's never really anything else. I am working in Marilyn Parsons' lab, and I'm working on African trypanosomes that cause African sleeping sickness. At the moment, the particular area of infectious disease that interests me is African trypanosomes, because that's what I'm working on. I think it's just the idea behind sort of like global infectious disease, like looking at that as like a whole area that we should be focusing on, and as opposed to like one particular disease that I'm like motivated by. The largest project for me this summer is I am localizing proteins in trypanosomes to try to find ones that would be good targets for new drugs. So running a lot of immunofluorescence analysis after I've made plasmids and transfected the trypanosomes so that I can co-localize with known markers to see where those proteins are showing up. My mentor is Brian Jensen. He's been around for ages, knows so much, and is able to communicate that to me, but in a not overwhelming way about it. And he's just really good at coaching me and like helping me to learn things without making me feel overwhelmed or anything. Everybody here has this mentality that like we want to help people and we want to make the world a better place, and that sounds like such a silly dream, but everybody here so honestly believes in it, and it's really hard for me to decide a most exciting thing that's happened, mostly because I am that science nerd who gets really excited when I get to transfect a trypanosome or when I get to run a Western and see a blot. Sort of watching my project evolve has been really exciting, just sort of seeing how, you know, I do one thing and then I keep carrying it onward and onward, and I flip back through my lab notebook to like the second day when I had just gotten some clones and I was doing a digest with them, and it's just interesting to see how that's carried through and how like I just like following it the whole way has been really exciting. I want to go to grad school and I want to do research. I want to be probably a field researcher. I'm not sure exactly what kind of research I want to do. This internship has, first of all, given me a lot of experience just doing lab techniques that I've never done before. It's put me in contact with a lot of people in the research world, and they've been really good resources, just showing me like how one works. I've worked in a lab before, but like more how one works in a lab. Also, just I've never done molecular biology, and I'm not sure if I want to do molecular biology in the future, but I know that I want to do research, and I think there's a lot of value in doing different kinds of research, just because thinking about problems as a molecular biologist can inform how you think about problems in other areas. I already wanted to make global health part of my future, and before I started my internship, and now the internship has just like shown me that there are a lot of other people in the world that want to do the same thing, and that it's not just a silly dream. It's like there are a lot of people who are making this their reality.